Hi everyone, and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today we're going to do a community tab pull reading, which is the what's going on with the Diddy Tapes. Are we going to see them? Are we not going to see them? What's kind of some things maybe going on behind the scenes that maybe we haven't really been privy to at the public that maybe we should be kind of knowing, at least on a base level, and just any other information that we should know as these tapes, I feel, just got done with the reading, are going to reveal what they might not reveal and how emotional this could possibly get for a lot of families from through the decades. So, uh, that's kind of what I got. You guys can check the timestamps down below, check her out, see what sections you guys want to see or go to first. But this reading also put a lot of my past readings kind of into perspective of what's going on in Hollywood. So, and I got a couple more ideas, but thanks for listening to me. News and announcements. If you guys would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so using my website link down below. Otherwise, if you would like to join YouTube members, you get access to videos like this early, exclusive readings, extended readings, and discounts on personal readings if that's something you're interested in. It's $3 a month. Otherwise, just a quick disclaimer. Remember, everything I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all. Just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. This is a really all alleged. Really, a lot of this comes from my downloads that I'm getting and seeing and feeling. So if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So with that, thank you for listening to me, and I hope to see, and I will see you guys in the reading. So see you there. Hi everyone, and welcome to the reading. So let's take a look here first at what's going on with the Diddy Tapes. Are we going to get them released to the public for public consumption? Or are we going to get them for whatever news thing that they want? So I wanted to take a look at that first and then kind of go from there. Maybe look a little bit into the Diddy court case and other things as of such. So let's take a look here at, are we going to have those Diddy tapes released to the public? King of Pentacles, come hell or high water. No, they don't want them out. So King of Pentacles reversed. So this is someone I've been seeing a lot in my other readings as of late. You know how we've had the godforsaken Empress that everyone kind of knows on my channel. And on this one, we've had this new player kind of pop up, and that's this King of Pentacles individual. So it's like there's a new player that seems to have entered the game. And I've been seeing him in a couple of readings now, and I'm like, is this the same person? Is this not the same person? But feeling here, it's like we've had the Empress, we've had Diddy, who shows up as my King of Cups, we've had our Empress, who's been kind of playing the game, and now we've had this King of Pentacles. And I'm wondering here if this might be Jay-Z. Okay, so because I believe he's an Earth sign, or I know Beyonce is an Earth sign, but here it's like, okay, feels like we're getting some Jay-Z vibes, because I'm also getting drawn to my so in my Musician's Tarot, the King of Pentacles in there is a Biggie Smalls. It's the notorious B.I.G. is that's who's on that card, and that gives me Jay-Z vibes. So I'm wondering if there might be some delays with delay tactics coming from maybe Jay-Z's court. But let's just see. Remember, nothing's got to be firm. So, okay, so are we going to see these tapes? So someone wants them under lock and key and not put out. Also, this King of Pentacles is in like a vault, and that vault is his vault. That vault doesn't go out. Why is this the direct influence on this person? It's really looking here that it's that Six of Pentacles. It's like, I don't want these because of my pride and my ego. This is going to hurt my reputation. It's going to be showcasing me in a way that I don't want it to. There's someone here who's feels like delay tactics, delay tactics, delay tactics. Whatever money we can throw at it, we're trying to not get it out. because like there's something really I mean, we've all kind of speculated those tapes are really damning, right? However, the financial influence here, this manifestation, whoever this person, so Nine of Cups can be like a manifestation gained. Seeing it reverses like it's not coming to fruition. We're like our emotions, what we're trying to do, manipulation of the situation. I also see this as kind of like an illusion. In this card, it's like it almost feels like we're running out of resources. Uh, and our magic's running out to kind of keep this tampered down, whatever way that they're trying to, whether that's in a monetary sense, whether that's in a spiritual sense, whatever tactics it feels like is trying to be shoved at this problem. It's like we're running out of energy, we're running out of resources. This manifestation is not kind of aligning with, how do I put this? It's like on a collective measure. It's like this needs to come out, and it's like, because like this is an expose of stuff of like capitalism, of people wanting money and the such, and what we're doing for money and fame and greed and the such. And it feels like that on a spiritual level, especially with these last couple degrees in Capricorn. I think as I'm filming it, we're in the last, like we're on the last day of it. It's like either fighting against the current, trying to make sure that these tapes are staying where they're at instead of being put out to the public, which is kind of what's being called to do. And I see it's almost like spiritual warfare of like we're sending whatever we can, whether that's money, whether that's spiritual sides. Like people know that there can be spiritual attacks on things, right? And spiritual people, I mean, you look at the like witch talk, and now people send curses and other things and intentions out, and it's like that's what it feels like. Okay. Hopes and fears here. The Three of Cups. A friend's gonna come and bail them out, or it's like, okay, if we're all gonna go down, we're all gonna go down together. It feels like there might be a concerted effort behind the scenes here of like we're just trying to get these tapes to be around certain individuals or use this against certain individuals. Maybe because people are flipping, people are taking plea deals, people aren't taking plea deals. It's like if it's almost feeling like here the center person, it's like, okay, well, if I'm going down, I'm taking everyone down I can with me. And I'm almost seeing this too, like me trying to keep those tapes. It's like, oh, you want to edit that person out? No. So I'm almost wondering if they're trying to get the not the copies, but the originals too. If there might be some struggles going on there where people are trying to go after the originals, and I think people are worried that people are going after the originals to destroy them, but in reality, it feels like, no, we're going after the originals so we can release them. So everyone knows it doesn't matter what plea deal you took, everyone's going down with me if I gotta go down. The unseen obstacle here, though, there's a Knight of Cups reversed. Someone was offered a deal and they didn't take it. Or they were offered a deal and it wasn't good enough, or someone flipped on someone. Because what I'm feeling here, Knight of Cups, it's like there was an emotional offer that was rescinded, an offer that was rescinded, emotions rescinded. So it's like I think someone maybe took a deal that we didn't expect to flip, and it's caused a bigger domino effect. Okay, yeah, it's a domino effect. Someone flipped, a domino effect happened when that person flipped, whether it was against a certain individual. Was that Diddy? Because I feel like Diddy flipped in some way. Or he's talking about someone. So when we look at Diddy, it's like did Diddy like flip? No. But did he talk about someone that they weren't expecting for him to talk about? Yes. It's almost like, because this, so what I see in my head is we see Diddy at a table, and it's like, we want to talk to you about this. Can we get you a plea deal? And Diddy's like, but why are you talking to me? Why are you talking to me? I don't have anything to do with this. Who you really should be looking at is Jim Bob over there. You should be looking at him. Why are you looking at me? I didn't do jack. that person over there, though, I can tell you everything that he did. And like the people sitting at the table are like, what? What do you mean? Oh, what do you know about? How is he all involved in whatever this is going on here? And it's like, so instead of like incriminating himself, like this is like Diddy has put like together. He's like thrown another person underneath the bus to like deflect from his stuff, because it's like this person over here is just as bad as him or worse. And it's like, so Diddy is like, oh, well, why are you worried about me when this guy over here is doing 10 times worse than I am? And this is how that X, Y, and Z operates. And so then it feels like that. So, like, they start looking into, like, authorities start looking into this person. And then, like, they find someone who's close to this, I don't know, Jim Bob. We'll keep calling him Jim Bob. And, and it's like, they didn't think that they were going to get this person, like, who was maybe his right hand or something to flip. Like, Jim Bob's person to flip. And so, like, that person flipped. So like we'll call him Clyde. Clyde flipped on Jim Bob, but no one was expecting Clyde to flip on Jim Bob. But it all started from Diddy. And it almost feels like maybe this is Jim Bob in the center here, who's like, oh, heck no. Those tapes that you got over there, Diddy, because you're the one, you now threw me under the bus. Okay. You want to throw me? Okay, now everyone surrounded close to you is going down too. It's like, I don't care what they did, because it's like almost they all flipped on this guy too. So it's like there's like, it almost feels like there's factions within Hollywood, and that's what's kind of maybe taking so long, because everyone's connected, but there's factions within Hollywood. And I just saw this in my Britney Spears reading, actually. I was channeling at the end for Britney Spears, and I saw Jimi Hendrix come up, and I saw 8 families, or like 8 groups, or 8 sects. And that's kind of like, this is the family, this is the organization. So I'm going to be doing a video on what that all means, but that's what it almost feels like, is that there's what's going on right now when the Diddy tapes. It's like Diddy's one faction. And then over here, it's like Diddy is like, well, my faction ain't going down. Like, if I got to go down, I'm taking other people with me. Or I'm going to try and throw a different faction underneath the bus. So Jim Bob's faction that he runs, Diddy threw underneath the bus. But now Jim Bob's mad at Diddy for throwing him under the bus. So it's like, fine. Everyone that was connected to you, Diddy, I don't care if they took plea deals or not. I'm getting all those tapes and we're getting them released, because you messed with the wrong person. This is like all out war right now. That's what's going on. Okay. Things are starting to make sense, because I'm like picking up stuff from like other past readings too. Because yeah, we are all hiding secrets here. This is the challenge. Everyone's got secrets in their closet. We're all trying to hide our deep, dark skeletons in the closet. What's going? Ooh, Diddy doesn't have a lot of money, or there's like an insecurity of finances or resources right now from other players. So it's like this person who's like trying to get these tapes out, I think, or not even out. We're trying to collect them to then send them out, and he's trying to get the raw ones. I keep saying he, and it does feel like a he, but this person is trying to get the raw versions. And what's going for them right now is that there's people who I think are easily bribed. And 2, the tapes themselves, while incriminating, it's almost like they're used as like a bargaining chip for something else, which is interesting. Because like what I'm seeing is like, we need to get those tapes. Yeah, I can release this and get everyone around him pretty much done and over with. However, that also is like, again, it's like people are connected in a very odd, weird ways in Hollywood. It's super freaking weird. Again, different sectors. And so with that, then it's like, we want to get those tapes, and money's no option to get them. And getting those tapes, we want to use them to release them. And then, but there's some other piece here where they're used as a bargaining chip. Whether they're used for a bargaining chip because there's people who, it's almost like the public doesn't even know about certain people. And those people who aren't even known about in the public are in those videos. But it's like this player in the game knows knows that they're in those videos, knows like these incognito people are in those videos and can use the Diddy tapes as leverage for those incognito people. Because, like, well, I can expose who you actually are to the whole world. And you know what? We can finally put a face to the name that maybe people have known about or talked about in whispers. And I'm wondering if that's what they're trying to use for bargaining chips here. That's what it feels like. Because here in the past, yeah, we've kept things under lock and key, but then here in the future, the Five of Swords. This is going to be an all-out bloodbath for these tapes. Again, there's people flipping on other people from different factions, and there are so many crossed wires and other things that this is all over the place. Because it's like, this is a lose-lose battle. It's like, sure, you get the tapes out. People, I think that I'll ask specifically, are the tapes going to get released? But the story really behind the tapes getting released is this all-out war behind the scenes of these tapes getting out just don't incriminate the people close to Diddy, but they incriminate so many other people because Diddy was running in. So Diddy had his circle, but then you also invite. So think about it as like dignitaries like back in Europe. This is how I imagine it. You know how like they had all these courts and everything, but each one of them had a high ranking of power within their country. That's what it feels like. It's each one of these groups has high ranking within whatever group that they're in or whatever country, whatever you want to call it. But then they all have come together, even though they might be enemies. They're all still in the same room, right? Because it's like, keep your friends close but your enemies closer, and it feels like that's what Diddy had, and that's why this is causing such an all-out war, which is makes my I have a Lou Taylor video that just came out, and that makes it, that actually that makes this reading makes a lot of sense in why Lou Taylor, it feels like, has come out of the woodworks because someone went and messed with her as well. And if you don't know who Lou Taylor is, Lou Taylor was potentially a person who had a very big impact on getting Britney Spears' conservatorship. So, and a big major player with talent in the TriStar Talent Agency in Hollywood. Big stars underneath her purview. So, yeah, that makes a lot of sense because it feels like Lou was a master at whatever game that was getting played. She was out of the game for a while, not for making money, but out of the dilly-dalliances of how the politics work. But then she got roped back into it, and it's like, okay, now I'm seeing why she's getting roped back into it. These tapes just don't incriminate Hollywood A-listers. This is going to people above them. These are like their bosses who are playing a completely different game that no one even knows about in the public. Okay. So now can we finally get to the tapes now that we got the story, I think, behind the tapes. And it's like, this is all out war. And it's like everyone's against everyone. People are turning. If people are wondering, like, what the heck is going on? Why do we have so many different. Why do we having a lot of older stars? There's a lot of older stars who have started passing away. It's almost like they're being. Keep an eye out there, too, with, like, whatever, like, sectors or guilds that they're in. Like, where were they? What were their hangout spots? Were they able to. Where were they being connected to? Because it's like, we're taking out the old as well. This is odd and weird. So, okay. So let's take a look here. Are we going to actually see the tapes come out? And if we are, in what way are we going to see them come out? There's some people who want them coming out in their full unedited glory. And then there are some who want them in their edited glory coming out. So let's see. Eight of Swords reversed. So are we going to actually see the tapes? If we're going to see them, they're going to be edited. I don't know if this person is going to, whoever that person was who wants the unedited versions to get them out is going to be able to do so. Because it's like, we're going to send out the edited versions. Why I say that? Because it's like, so as we look at the Eight of Swords, this is someone who's trapped. We've got all these different people who are looking to, but that's a person who's whole, and we're trying to keep it thing. We're in this like maze and labyrinth here. This gives me the sense of, okay, seeing it reverse, it's like, okay, so we're stepping out of this funhouse mirror of maze. We're stepping away from all these people. I also see it's like we're leaving behind pieces. Like in the traditional, it's like this person is tied up, but they got all these swords surrounding them. And this one, it's like they're all all these people are surrounding this one person. And it's like we're cutting people out, and it's like we're only going to show, it's like these, if we're going to show them, they're only going to be showcasing like certain people. They are going to be edited if, because people have paid money or made deals, or people haven't been able to pay the money to edit themselves out. That's what it feels like. It's like people have paid money to edit themselves out of these tapes because that's the direct influence. And people don't have enough money, or people don't have the resources to edit themselves out of these tapes, so that's why they're there. This is it. Again, it does feel like it's coming down to money, and like what resources do you have to essentially keep yourself out of trouble, keep yourself out of the public eye. I think this is also, are you giving up the goods? Did you make a deal, or did you not make a deal? Because yeah, the financial influences on this, the Ten of Swords, like they know, people know that this is coming. The people who are in the tapes are in the tapes. They know that they're in the tapes. They know it's coming. There's a lot of people who are going to be in there that people are going to be shocked, and I don't think people are going to really believe it. There's going to be a lot of, oh, this is AI, this is AI, this is AI, and no, it's not going to be AI. It's going to be so bad. It's going to be so bad. Because even though that they're edited, like, it's still horrendous, the evidence that they have. I also don't know why I'm getting this. I think we're also going to be seeing, like, there's only so much they can edit out of these tapes. There's only so much we can edit out before we have to release them. And then there's some that they cannot really, oh God. There's some that they cannot release. They just can't. Whether that's due to symbolism, whether that's due to, I don't know why I keep hearing helter skelter. Oh gosh, there's like tapes that cannot be shown because they are so bad, and they would inspire other people to maybe do these same things. And it's like, it's just easier if we don't show them, because if you do, look what you're now putting out into that world. Oh gosh, this is so bad. Even the stuff that they are going to show, people aren't going to believe it, because the hopes and fears here, we're going to be able to detach. People are going to be naive. I think there's a specific hope here as well of when these get released, people are just going to be very lackadaisical. I think they're trying to I think what they're trying to do is let stuff linger. I think they're going to try and if they're going to do Diddy Tapes, and this is a heavy decision, it feels like, in their brain. Do we release them all at once and we just get it done and over with? Because then there's so much information, people aren't going to be able to process it as quickly. Or do we do it slowly over time? But it does feel like this is going to be more of a boom, let's drop it. Because then it's like, okay, it's boomed, it's all dropped. Okay, let them process. Let's stick to the next story. And then with the next story, then we can maybe not have people be as overwhelmed with all this information coming out. And that feels like the direction that they might be taking this in. The unseen obstacles, the Ten of Wands. This is a burden that they know that they need to get rid of, and that they are getting rid of, and that they need to restructure. Again, these videos are they're getting edited pretty bad. The other challenge here, what medium are we going to be posting them on? How are we releasing these? Is this going to be official website? Is this going to be through news media broadcasts? Is this going to be through Twitter? How do we regulate this on the internet? There's also a lot of talk about what medium are we doing this? How are we disseminating this information out to the general public? because if you're gonna go this, like, as soon as these tapes release, everyone's gonna download them, the sites are gonna crash. Do we just give the official ones to news media? But then who trusts the news media? Who can we trust in news media at this point to make sure that those tapes are going out? How do we, what's the responsibility of media broadcasting? Is this where every media broadcast is given the exact same clips and those are the only clips that they can use? Like, they're trying to disseminate right now, and that's a challenge of, like, how are we getting this information out, from the tapes out from point A to point B without it causing a massive crash of the internet? Because it's like we're also dealing with people who are trying to maybe blackmail, or I almost think too, there's people who I think are trying to hold ransom on these tapes too. Like, these things are under lock and key on like a digital side too, because it's like almost feel like hackers are trying to get at it to maybe make them, to hold them ransom to get money from them. What's going for these tapes though? There's only one option here. They will get released. I think they know what they're going to do. We will not get them in their full, entire, unedited glory, unless that last person gets their way. But again, it feels like more that person's doing it for more leverage within Hollywood rather than leverage with the public. Here in the past, yeah, these are things that were hidden amongst the stars. We don't want this public. And then here in the future, the Four of Swords. So it feels like we're going to be getting tapes. Yes. I think they're also editing out people who have already passed. Because here in the future, this is the Four of Swords. This is a woman in a casket, coffin, surrounded by all the angels. This also feels like we do not want to show one, death, or two, we do not want to show people who have passed. Because it's almost like we have tapes of people who have passed and we don't want to show those, because then it brings up into question maybe other cases, other criminal cases, other court cases, other mysterious deaths in Hollywood. And it's like we do not need to post that. I don't think they want to do that. Hold on. This is really kind of jumbly in my head, because it's like there's so many decisions that are being done right now. So on one end of the spectrum, yes, I think they don't want to show it's like, don't speak ill will of the dead. But then there's another part of it where I think they have tapes of people, mysterious deaths in Hollywood. Mysterious disappearances, missing children, missing adults. They have tapes of those people. And I think they're also deciding on whether or not they're going to be releasing those ones as well. Because it feels like there might be individuals who are in rooms or are in spaces and people are like, why is this person here? I thought they had died 2 years previous to when this tape says it was filmed. Why are we seeing this person in this film? This person went missing not even 3 days before this film was allegedly filmed. What's going on? Where are they? So there is another aspect of that here too, where there are missing and endangered peoples that are on tapes that people, if once those tapes get out, people would be able to connect those two. And there's a lot of questions and a lot of what's going on and where are other missing and endangered people that we thought that were maybe dead, or just living out somewhere else in their fantasy life. Why are they in these tapes? So there's also that. And it's like they aren't able to catch everything. That's the sad part, is that there's so many people that they can't catch everything. They're trying their best to, but I don't think they're going to be able to catch everything. Internet sleuths are going to be like, why is this missing person on this that we clocked on this day and on this date? And when we look at their missing poster, it's like dated 3 days before that. Why are they on this tape? Where are they now? So that's gonna get. This goes so deep it's not even funny. Is what this feels like when it comes to the tapes. Okay, what other information can we get here when it comes specifically to the Diddy tapes that we should know as a public, just for general information? And yeah, what should we know about the news that's behind the news that's not really being publicized? So, excuse me. Gosh, it's midday and I'm drinking coffee and I'm drinking my tea and I'm yawning like crazy and alright, I'm gonna give this 2 more big shuffles and then let's take a look at what other information should we know when it comes to these Diddy tapes, and what should we know as a public here about just them coming out in general and the such. So let's take a look-see here. The 5 of Cups reversed. We're going to know, I think this is going back to that missing persons piece from before. We're going to know, I think there's a lot of missing persons cases. There's a lot of missing peoples. And I think we're going to finally figure out who and where a lot of these people went. Why? Yeah, because of the Temperance card. These tapes, this is the 5 of Cups. It's like we're moving on. We're healing. But there's also someone in front of 2 gravestones. It's like there's going to be some closure for a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of closure, I think, for friends, family, because we're finally figuring out what happened to them. The Temperance card, we're finding balance. Financial influences here. Yeah, this is all about healing wounds. This is going to be, I think this is still going back to those missing and endangered peoples or children. They're going to figure out where a lot of them went. Or people are going to finally figure out what happened to them. These are whole networks going down. If you want to check out, I think I kind of mentioned a little bit of that in my Snoop Dogg reading. And what he potentially has been up to. There's whole networks of people going down. Because, yeah, hopes and fears here. People are going to be trapped. These are people who were trapped by the people around them that they thought they could trust. These are whole networks of people. This is because we're healing here. 10 of Swords reversed. 8 of Swords upright, and the hopes and fears. Feels like they're trapped. We're not going to be able to go nowhere. People are going to try and defend themselves with everything coming out with these tapes. But these are going to be stars. These are going to be actors. These are going to be people who are just in those tapes. There's going to be a lot of people who you're having to defend your actions. And there's going to be a lot of rioters that are going to be coming after them. This is the public. The public is going to be scrutinizing everyone. And people are going to be, like, people are coming with pitchforks and torches. And people aren't going to be able to walk away from this. They're not going to be able to get away from these tapes. So there's like it's a twofer here. It's like the first part, these are these missing and endangered peoples and children who have been going missing for many, many, many years. And I think it feels like the families are going to get closure for that. But then on the second half, it's going to be, there were people who frickin' knew, and those people are going to get now persecuted at the stake, almost feels like. Or people are going to try to. All right, so I had a phone call that I had to take. Where was I? Okay, so yeah, we're in this whole what else do we all need to know? Yeah, Seven of Wands. People are coming out with these tapes. As they're coming out, people aren't going to really be able to defend themselves. And with these, it feels again, these missing and endangered people. People are not going to be able to like absolve themselves from what's coming at them. They're going to try, but it's like they're unable to walk away from like the accusations. You're not going to be able to walk away from your career easily. I think there's already people who have already started walking away from their careers or places of power. CEOs have really started to step down. What was it? The CEO of Google stepped down. I think a few like major universities like CEOs or presidents have stepped down, chancellors, and people have started to walk away. However, it's like this is just because you've stepped down from an organization doesn't mean I think that you're stepping down, that this isn't going to follow you wherever you want to do or what you want to do, even if that ends up being retirement. Interesting. Yeah, this Queen of Wands. It also feels, I don't know if there's a female prosecutor who's on or a female detective. I've been feeling this as well. There's another like strong, impressive female who's really pushing for to connect a lot of this information as well. So this could be maybe an online true crime blogger. Maybe this is someone on TikTok. Maybe this is a attorney general. But there's this Queen of Wands individual who's trying to come in and I think connecting people or really elevating the voice of, hey, why is this missing person here? And we're connecting it to this person over here. And it's like this. There's a person here, Queen of Wands energy. This could be a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, who's really elevating the voice and being like, why are we not focusing on this? Why is this person so like, I don't know, why is Mary Ellen Jane or Mary Ellen Jones, who went missing in, I don't know, 2002, why are we seeing her in like June of 2002? Why are we seeing her on a Diddy tape in marked July 2002, and this looks exactly like her. We got the same tattoo. Why the heck is she there? She was mentioned missing in this day, but we see her a month later. What the heck happened? Is she still missing? Is she still even with us on this side? Like, what happened to her? And it feels like that's someone who's really starting to connect the dots on some of that stuff. Here in the past, the death card, I'm taking this in a very literal sense. These are people who have now passed on to the other side and who are no longer with us, but were, I think, at one point in time. These are these missing and endangered children and peoples. There's so many of them, guys. There's so many. And then here in the future, disconnection. There's a lot of people who are connected with missing and endangered people who are no longer with us, who have passed on, who have died, it feels like. And then here in the future, people who are going to get connected to this, and whether this is local law enforcement, because this network goes so freaking deep. This is not just in Hollywood, guys. This is like, there are tentacles in almost every town. Every town, every community. Maybe not every community, but God, darn it all. With the lovers reverse, this is like people are disconnecting from others. This is going to be where everyone's like, oh, it's just in Hollywood. Oh, it's just in Hollywood. It's not in my backyard, right? NIMBY, not in my backyard. Guys, this is in almost everyone's backyard. This is almost in everyone's backyard. Even if you're in a small town, think about your county seat. Your county seat, wherever you're at. In the United States, everyone's got a county that they live in. It's like, wherever your county seat is, there's probably someone in that town who's got the county seat. There's someone. If it's a bigger town, you got more than just one someone. They're everywhere. And it's disgusting. So, that's what I'm feeling here with the reading. If you guys enjoyed, feel free, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and ideas down in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. And if you would like to book a personal reading, feel free. My website link to that is down below. You can get a personal video from me, or you can book an in-person session. Otherwise, if you want to join YouTube members, you get to see videos like this early, extended readings, exclusive readings, as well as discounts on personal readings if that's something you're interested in. $3 a month. Otherwise, thank you all so very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. So, bye.